Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. I'm going to do something very simple today. I'm going to bone a chicken. Okay, chicken. Going to bone a chicken. Going to show you how to butcher a chicken, hopefully the way I do it. Clean and tidy way, leaving as little meat left on the bone, on the carcass, and so you get as much meat and it's tidy and, you know, all of that stuff. So basically, anyone that's afraid of preparing a chicken, hopefully this will just give you the confidence to do it, because it's far cheaper this way. You buy, you know, chicken that's been prepared, supremes, legs, whatever, wings, the whole lot of stuff. You're going to pay more money for it because someone has done the work for you, which you can do yourself. It's really quite easy. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to get on with it now. Right, let's start by getting the wishbone out. The point of getting the wishbone out is that when you cut this up later on, you'll get more meat, because the wishbone sort of gets in the way and keeps basically some of the meat stuck behind it. Obviously, you won't have to get in such a weird position when you're doing this and hold the knife like I am, but I'm trying to do this so my hand isn't obscuring your view of what I'm doing. But basically, hopefully you can see the wishbone, that's in the neck, and it just run your knife either side of it. And once you can sort of get behind it and you can get a purchase on it with your fingers, you can follow it right up to the top, right in there somewhere. And you can wiggle it away and you can get your hands in there and you can pull it out, hopefully in one piece, but not today, I'm afraid. It broke. I reckon about half the time I get them out in one piece, and I can have a wish for more subscribers, more comments and likes. Obviously, just because I didn't wish for it doesn't mean you can't do it, folks. And there you go. Keeping all my bits of bone in a bowl. Now I'm going through half of the wing. Just give it a wiggle so you can see where the elbow is, if you like, to think of a better word. Get your knife to it, and then it sort of wiggle your way through the socket, and it should just find its way through without you having to cut through bone. That's not good for your knife. Now the leg, what I'm showing you is the point where the leg joins the back and the oyster meat is. Now that bit there, what I'm doing there, is only cutting through the skin at that stage. So just cut through the skin, and then if you pull the leg out, you see that muscle sort of bulges, and that's it. Just run your knife around that shape. So there we go. That's the nice way of doing it. You've got the oyster, which is the most succulent part of the chicken, and then just dislocate it. By the way, if you're a bit squeamish, you probably would have turned off already, but if you're still watching this, yeah, this is only going to get more gross if you find this horrible. So no, I won't be offended if you don't watch this video. Okay, one leg off. Let's get the other one off. So again, just through the skin, not through any meat at this stage. And really, I suppose the art of jointing is separating the muscles. Sometimes you don't even have to cut through flesh at all. It's just sort of... I've seen someone prepare a leg of venison with his fingers, just separated all the muscles. I was very impressed. He was a butcher though. Well, there we go. That's a crown, effectively, now. So this is the point. We're going to take off the breasts. So go right in the middle and then ever so slightly to one side and cut down vertically. You're going to go down about an inch or two until you sort of hit the rib cage, and then it starts to curve. Once you get to there, you'll just little strokes with your knife, just against, keeping one side of the knife pressed firmly against the carcass, so we remove as much of the flesh as possible. Again, I'm getting myself in some weird positions here, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. But once you get to that socket there, that's the wing socket, you can expose the socket with a knife, and then you sort of wiggle it around a little bit, wiggle the knife, and it should just find its way through. And there we are, right the way through. There we go, one supreme off. It's called a supreme because we're leaving on the wing bone. If you took off the whole wing, it would be a chicken breast. Right, let's get the other side off. Again, just straight down till you meet the carcass. I'm using my knife there to sort of pull the flesh away a little bit so I can see what I'm doing a bit better. And there we go, so that's up to the tip of it, just get through there, and now you can see what you're doing a bit better. Keep the knife pressed against the carcass, follow it all the way through till you get to the socket again, a little bit of a wiggle, and there you go. The second supreme is off. I'll show you that one again in close up. There you go. Now I'm going to show you all the bits because, you know, why not? So we've got the wingtips, the legs and the breasts. Now let's take them off the wall again. And I've had a little clean up as well. Right, what I'm going to do here is do a bit of French trimming just to tidy up the ends of the drumstick. So I pull the skin really tight. And what I'm doing here is cutting through the skin and the tendons directly right to the bone. And then I'm just sort of scraping. You don't have to do this. This is purely optional. I just think it looks nice. And especially when you cook it, if you was to bake that leg like that, it's going to look nice because the meat will fall down a bit. It'll give a nice presentation. And I'm just taking off the very end bit there. There we go. One leg, a bit more of a scrape there. You can spend as long doing this or as quick as possible. It doesn't really matter, but basically when you do this, I just want you to feel that it doesn't matter if you get it a bit wrong. Just keep practicing, but you'll feel the benefit of it. And then when you start making your own chicken stocks as well, because you've got the carcasses, you know, you put them in a freezer bag, and when you've got a few, you can make a batch of chicken stock. You'll feel very good about yourself. Well, there we go. Now I want to tidy up the supreme, so just tidy up a bit of the skin there. That makes that look a bit nicer. Now I'm going to check to see if there's any cartilage left on it. Sometimes you do. You get close to the bone and you take off a little bit of the sort of the plasticky cartilage. Not quite bone, not quite skin, connective tissue, but it's not very nice to eat. So I didn't have any there. And I'm French trimming the wing bone as well. So same as with the leg. Just cut around it. You won't have to get yourself in such a weird position so that other people can see what you're doing. Give that a good scrape and then just whip off the end of it all and try not to slip and cut your fingers off. That would be bad. I made a bit of a mess of that one. I'll do better with the next one. Not the tidiest job I've ever done. This one I'm going to do better. So just cut through that again to the bone. And if you're worried about your knife, it's not good for your knife, but obviously I clean them. I sharpen mine all the time, so I do have a butcher's knife, but I thought it's only right that I use a knife more likely than you're likely to have, basically. And there we go, and give that a press, and then that's a much tidier job. There we go. That's a nice bit of French trimming. There we go. Supreme's done. Now the carcass. So I'm going to turn this carcass into a brown chicken stock, which is going to go very nice with a Diane sauce, which I'm going to do with the chicken breasts in another video, probably coming next week. But what I want to do now is I just want to trim off some of the extra bits of skin because I don't want the stock to be too fatty. So just tear off the bottom half of it, that's the back, and just run the knife between the skin. Again, this is optional. You don't have to do it. It's not going to ruin the stock. It's still going to taste nice, but it'll just be a bit clearer, a bit less cloudy if you take off the skin. And I'm going to throw the skin away, but if you really feel like it, you can put the skin between some baking parchment on a tray, a bit of salt on it, and bake that and make some really delicious chicken crisps. And anyway, any old how you want to do this, but I'm hacking up the bones. I want to get maximum flavour, maximum colour on the surface when I roast these. So there we go. There's the bones. That's the skin that's being thrown away. And that's it. Back over to me. So that's it. That's boning the chicken. And you can see what you get from that. So whereas you might pay the same money for a couple of chicken breasts in a supermarket, we've got two very, very voluptuous breasts, two legs, the ends of the wings, and we've got some lovely carcass to make fantastic chicken stock. So there'll be a link below to show you how to make chicken stock. I'm going to make a brown one with that, but brown or white is either way. I think this video is over. Very, very short one. Hope you enjoy it. Hope it's very useful to you. See you soon. Bye.